Well, with me, champion trainer Tim Butt. He's got a record that no one's going to beat as far as Group 1 and successes in Australasia go. You must have driven, or must have trained 50, 60, 70 Group 1 winners.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Great horses help, and having the ability to travel them probably is a big thing for a Kiwi. But as you say, you've got to have the machinery, and if you look after them and take a soft approach, they reward you.
I remember when you came over here in 2004 and you had a good horse that came over then. That was
Mr. DG.
Mr. DG. He won a heat or two and ran second in another heat. And in the final, he got beaten by that much, running fourth.
Yeah, it was a great final. He was named after my grandfather, Mr. D.G. Jones, and he trained Mr. D.G.'s mother, Blossom Lady, which was a champion. So there was a bit of family history there, and we had a great series. He performed well, could have won the final, you know what I mean, with a bit more luck, but there were 4 great horses went across the line all together, and he was one of them.
Tim, we turned the clock on to about 2012 and talking about the Fremantle Cup, your horse Raglan ran a sensational race in the Fremantle Cup in 2012. He was last with a lap to go in a field of 12. He ran second and it was one of the best Fremantle Cups I've ever seen because the winner, I'm the Mighty Quinn, was second last turning into the back straight and he just swamped the opposition, and Raglan came from last to run second to I'm the Mighty Quinn. That must have been a thrill.
It was, because Mighty Quinn was an odds-on favourite and an outstanding horse, especially at Gloucester Park, pretty much unbeatable. But our horse was a bit of a journeyman. He was just a good, honest toiler, and we haven't been far away, but we haven't got the chocolates just yet.
Now, this horse, my Field Marshal, he's essentially a brilliant sprinter. He's running over 25, 36 metres. Is that going to be any worry for him? He's drawn beautifully at barrier 2.
No, I don't think so. He's raced well in Yarra Valley Cups, over distance, but against horses like Lenny the Shark and been second off bad draws, so I don't think it'll worry him. He's a great stayer, but he's just one of those horses. He's had 2 wind operations, so if he's not healthy, he's a little bit susceptible to running a poor race. But dry conditions in Perth and all the lung infections away, he'll be right.
And how's he gone since he won the Village Kid Sprint leading and won it beautifully? And of course, he rated 146.9 to win the Miracle Mile last year, so he's certainly an outstanding sprinter.
He is. He's fantastic, short distance horse. And but you need a great stayer to win those tough miles. People forget that, and as I said, it was great to give him a look at the track because he got round it terrific, and I generally feel when they travel, their first run's their worst. So if he improves off that, which I expect he will, with the draw, he's going to be, right in it.
He's done well since the Village Kid.
He has. He's never missed a beat. He's had a great property at Greg and Sky Bonds, and I think they're trying to take me out and keep me off the ball a bit too much. But I've been through that a few times, so I'll be right.
And drawn barrier 2, it looks fairly obvious that Anthony's going to bounce him to the front.
I suspect so. He's got good gate speed on these tracks. The fence is the place to be, and he'll sit up. If they have him on, he'll sit up there and relax and just keep running.
And finally, Tim, For Real, the Dam. She was a wonderful mare. She ran 3rd in an Inter-Dominion. She ran 5th in another Inter-Dominion final. She must have been a wonderful mare to train.
Yeah, great people. They bred For Real and have since bred Field Marshal. So, she's a terrific mare. She could have won the Inter-Dominions in Hobart with an ounce more luck. And she won a heat as a 4-year-old mare. So, just so shows you how good she was. She won the Ladyship Mile and the Oaks in Sydney. So, she's fantastic.
How does she rate compared to my Field Marshal?
Oh, she's pretty brilliant, This horse is, being a stallion and probably a little bit more, got that little bit more class. But she was pretty sharp.
Good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.